Weili over here. First of all, welcome to Singapore. How was CLOUDBET? What are your thoughts leading into this rematch with Joanna? Was this the fight you had expected after your last loss to Rose? Were you expecting to rematch Joanna so quickly? And just how's fight CLOUDBET?
就是说整个备战怎么样？然后你觉得你和乔安娜的2分战怎么样？
整个备战非常的顺利。我跟乔安娜2分战，我觉得肯定会是一场非常精彩的比赛，因为这个关系到下一场的挑战权，所以我觉得我们俩都会拼尽全力去打出漂亮的比赛给观众看。
Yeah, definitely the camp went very smooth, so everything is fine. Everything was on track right now, and also my second fight with Joanna will be very exciting, and this fight will definitely be involving will be the #1 contender, so I'm very excited about it.
I was going to ask you if you had heard Dana White give an interview today. He said that the winner of this will fight for the title next, whether it's you or Joanna. So I'm curious, did you hear that? Is that an extra pressure to this fight?
他说就早上咱们接受采访的时候，郑浩跟你说了嘛，就是你这场比赛白大拿确认就是已经是要这个下一个是挑战冠军的人，你知道这个消息了，然后你感觉怎么样？
知道这个消息以后非常开心，感觉自己离腰带又更近了一步。
Yeah, I know the news this morning when doing the interview with Morgan, and yeah, I'm very excited, and definitely it's a great news. I'm very excited.
What type of approach to the fight do you expect from Joanna? This is only her 4th 3-round fight. She's taken 27 months off. So what are you expecting from her in this rematch?
对，这次就是2分战嘛，就是会有一些不同。一个是乔安娜2年时间没有比赛了，然后另外的话，这也是乔安娜为数不多的3回合比赛。你觉得乔安娜会怎么打？
我觉得肯定会更积极，因为3回合比赛时间过得非常快，没有时间等你热身，等你慢热，所以我觉得这一场比赛肯定是一个节奏非常快的比赛。
I think Joanna definitely will pick up the pace because it's a 3-round fight rather than a 5-round, and I think she will pick up the pace rather than what she used to do, and she definitely will become more fearless.
And she had said in her last fight she had a game plan, but when she was fighting you, she wanted to become a fighter. She just kept kind of going forward, looking for that back and forth war. And now she expects like a surgical performance in there, where she can be technical and take you apart. So, are you going to change your approach from last fight entering this rematch?
之前乔安娜在接受采访的时候就说，上一场比赛的话，当她对上你的时候，她就是想跟你去火拼，就没有按照原来的这个想法去打。然后这场比赛，她赛前采访也说，就是她希望这个比赛能够打得像手术刀一般精准。然后你是怎么想？
我觉得我也很期待周日的比赛，因为我觉得打什么或者是出现什么样的结果，或者是怎么样，还是需要在8角笼里用实力说话。
Yeah, no matter how the fight goes, actually, no matter what kind of strategy or what kind of techniques she will use, the stronger will be the winner of the fight on Sunday morning.
Question. So last 2 years you're preparing for fights with Arizona with the Henry who's a former champion. Would you use some wrestling skills in this fight? Would you prefer some wrestling?
他说就是过去一段时间，因为就是上一部比赛备战嘛，就是你和这个萨姆多他们在美国进行备战。那你觉得这场比赛的话，你会用一些摔跤的技术去对着对手？
肯定会啊，因为 MMA 它本来就是一个非常全面的运动，而且我跟亨瑞学了很多摔跤的技术，如果不用的话，肯定很可惜。
Definitely, I will use some wrestling in this match. I learned a lot from Henry, and if I don't use it, that will be a waste.
And one more question. So when the fights are happening in the Asian area, you're undefeated. So happening in Singapore, in UFC 275, it's the biggest event in Asian area history. So how confident do you win this fight?
他说，就是这场比赛在新加坡嘛，是在亚洲打的。你在亚洲至今保持着全胜的战绩，所以说，在新加坡这场比赛的话，你有多大的信心能够去获胜？
来到新加坡比赛，我觉得就相当于自己的主场一样， 因为每次我在主场比赛的时候都是第一回合终结的。对。
So yeah, fighting Singapore just like fighting in my home country. So every time I fight in my home country, I got the first round finish.
I think the winner of this fight, winner of this match, will be fighting next in the title shot. So when would you back in the octagon again if you win this fight?
他说这场比赛的胜者的话，应该是能够去挑战冠军嘛。那你如果赢下这场比赛的话，你想什么时候再打下一场比赛？
我觉得拿下比赛以后，因为我拿下比赛以后就会去美国训练，我觉得任何时间都可以。
Yeah, so for the next fight, if I win Joanna, and I will go to States directly. So anytime I can fight the next fight.
How do you see the results of the fight? Is it 3 rounds or less?
他说这场比赛的结果你是怎么想的？是打3回合呢，还是说时间不用这么多？
我不想用那么长的时间，我也不想打满。
I don't think it will be 3 rounds, and I don't want to fight for 15 minutes.
I'm just curious, you were on a 20-fight winning streak before the past 2 losses to Rose. How have these results of the past 2 fights affected your confidence coming into this?
他就是说，在输给罗斯之前吧，你是保持着一个20场连胜的这样的情况。那你现在经历了2连败之后的话，会不会对你信心有所打击？
没有。我觉得，不管成功也好，还是失败也好，都是我们的人生的一个经历和一个体验。然后我们从失利当中吸取教训、吸取经验，然后如何让我们变得更强大，这是最重要的，而不是说是遇到困难或问题以后就气馁什么的。我们想着要如何战胜困难。
Yeah, definitely. I don't think the loss will be pulling back for me for the life. You know, I think those 2 losses give me a lot of experience, and life is about experience. So I experienced a lot and I learned from the loss a lot. So I don't think that's something that you really looking down if you lose to somebody, but it's a life experience.
而且这也是 MMA 的魅力。
And this is also the excitement of MMA. Everything can happen.
What do you make of Carla Esparza as a champion? Some might say she would be a better matchup for you than a Rose or a Joanna. What do you think of how your styles match up?
因为现在的冠军是卡拉嘛，然后大家都说你的这个风格打卡拉的话，应该会更加的好一些。然后，你觉得你打上卡拉的话是什么样的情况？
我觉得我打卡拉，我现在想想还挺兴奋的。我觉得都有可能发生吧。站立、摔跤、地面，我觉得我们会打一场非常立体的比赛，然后打一场非常精彩的比赛。因为我觉得，只要上了拳台、上了8角笼里以后，我们都要展示最好的自己，然后展示 MMA 的魅力，然后给观众朋友看精彩的比赛。
Yeah, when you talk about this, I was thinking through in my mind. I feel really happy and excited if I can fight Carla. I think the match with me and Carla will be very different. We will fight in all dynamics. It's like no matter striking or on the ground, we will fight a lot. So, yeah, it's about to bring the exciting fights to the fans. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Speaking of Carla, I'm curious what she thought of her fight with Rose Namajunas, and she mentioned exciting fights. Obviously, that one wasn't particularly exciting. What did she think of that fight, and was she surprised it was the way it was?
然后就是说，因为卡拉和罗斯的比赛你也看了嘛，然后那场比赛你是怎么想的？听上去就看上去大家都觉得那场比赛非常无聊嘛，然后你是怎么想的？
我觉得那场比赛怎么说呢？我觉得 Rose 肯定有很大的压力，他就是想轻松的赢，然后想不受伤，想快乐。我觉得这个是很难的。如果你站在冠军的位置上，然后你就要拿出冠军的姿态，然后不要害怕输，就拿出自己最好的表现，然后去拼尽全力去打比赛就好了。我觉得不能只是我觉得就是为了保住冠军的腰带，然后去那样打比赛。
Yeah, I feel definitely Rose is in a lot of pressure when she stepped into the octagon. Definitely, she wants to take care of her belt and didn't want to fight hard, fight everything out, but want to fight more strategically and more easily to against Carla. But as a champion or as a MMA fighter, you should not think about that. You should always in the fight, you should have your everything into the outcome and fight your heart out. So I don't think Rose should fight on an attitude like that.
I'm just curious about that. Will you ever go after the flyweight? Will you ever go after the flyweight in the future?
他说就是后面的话，你有没有机会就能升重到这个轻量级去比赛？升一个级。
What he did in flyweight division in his career.
他说，如果你有机会打到这个轻量级的话，他认为你也可以打到很好的位置。
我现在首先我要做的是，好好打下场比赛，然后再回来拿到我的腰带，然后再考虑下一个。
So for now, definitely I want to focus on this fight and focus on the title next, and then we can think about it.
Thank you, everyone.